I can't do this.
Sure you can. Who knows, you might like it. It's a killer rush.
Buddy, this is your fucking wake-up call, man! I am an FBI agent!
Guys, welcome back to this week's episode of Zach and Jay's Ticket Stubs podcast. I am, of course, one half of your hosts. I am Jay. Zach, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Just ready to, get down another week in movie news and TV and everything else that pops up.
Maybe one day we'll have a different intro, but at the moment, I like the intro a lot.
Yeah. You get to be you, and I just get to be awkward, so there's that.
You're not awkward. But as we always do to start the show off, Zach, what have you been watching, man? What's been new? What's been popping?
I watched quite a bit. I'm going to start off with the thing that... I'm going to start with the TV like I always do. Mm-hmm. So, basic TV again. Arrow, Flash, The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, those three shows. Arrow was pretty good. Finally got the team back together. Ollie finally decided to stop being dead. We joined back. He's still a bitch, though.
Yeah.
Basically, he came back and was like, nah, man, this is my fucking team. They're like, nah, bitch, you were dead. This ain't your team no more.
How long was it gone?
I think in the show, they had him gone for like a whole month.
Okay, so it's okay.
Yeah, so, he'd been gone for a decent amount of time.
Yeah.
And so he was like, everybody was like questioning all his decisions. He was like, what the fuck? I leave for a month and y'all question my decisions?
Oh,
and they're that is what happened.
That's the typical, like storyline where it's like, someone goes away and people like lose faith for a little bit. Yeah.
Basically, yeah. And then, so you had that. You had, they focused a lot more on like Ra's al Ghul, and they brought back Count Vertigo again. That new one, what's his name? I can't remember what other movies he's played in. He's like the stereotypical like Russian villain, except in this one he's like Count Vertigo, so I don't really understand that at all. But they brought him back as kind of like the villain to kind of introduce the like the dichotomy of Dinah taking over the canary from her sister.
Okay, gotcha.
And like how her sister died and all that stuff. And so she like Dinah got like hit with vertigo, and she's like she had to fight her sister, and it's pretty sad.
Yeah.
It was whew.
So where's Thea in all this?
This is actually a big episode for her too, because she finally found out that Oliver's the Arrow.
Oh no, how did she react? Spoilers.
A lot better than I expected.
Did she was like, hey, I kind of figured, or was she surprised?
She was like kind of surprised, but she was like, God, I was such a bitch for treating you like that when you were like saving the city and all that stuff. And I was like, that was a very different way for them to take it. And then
I don't think that's how she would.
I don't think that's how normal people would react.
Not even. I think Thea would be like, why were you putting yourself in danger? I think that's how she would really react. But maybe since she's like, becoming more of a hero herself, maybe that's why she's like.
I think that's what it is. I think it's because like, and I think it's also because she kind of hid the thing of
Malcolm and stuff.
Yeah, her working with Malcolm and like had the fact that she can fight and everything now. So I think she kind of figured that, like they're on even playing ground now. But she's pissed as fuck at Malcolm now, because she found out that he knew about the Arrow. And basically he lied and said that she shouldn't trust Oliver because of blah, blah, blah reasons. And she was like, my brother was actually a good guy and you're an asshole and all this shit.
I was really mad when that became a plotline, like about how her and Oliver are like half siblings.
Yeah.
Because they got along so well. I wanted them to be like full. That doesn't matter really in the long run. But I was like, come on, man. You couldn't make them like full siblings.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, and then what was the other thing? Oh, the police chief, Captain Lance, found out that Sarah died.
Oh, what? Wait,
yeah.
He's captain again?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He got promoted to captain because the The original captain died during season 2.
Oh man,
He got killed by Grundy.
okay.
And so,
Whoa,
do you remember that?
dude? Season 2, I think I watched it so fast, and like I binge watched it to where it was like I consumed all of it, but remember none of it.
None of it. Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got killed by Grundy.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, because like Grundy was like Deathstroke's first attempt at a super soldier.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But
yeah.
yeah. So he's captain, and then Dinah finally stopped deciding to be a bitch and was like, "Hey, yeah, Sarah's dead. Like she's dead for good.
She's dead for good.
She's dead for good now. Like I saw her with my own eyes, and I was like, damn.
But she's actually dead. No coming back this time. Sorry.
I mean, as far as they are in the show right now, they're like, nah, bitch is dead. So
how was Flash?
Flash was good.
Yeah.
It was the Firestorm episode.
I saw a picture of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they actually finally like was like, yeah, this is Firestorm, and it's funny. Yeah, Flame on. But it's funny because it's actually Stephen Amell's brother is the one who plays Firestorm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of weird that they have like that extra connection. But I thought he was really, really good. They did the classic Martin Stein, Ronnie Raymond Firestorm matchup. So they still had that. It's kind of weird because at the end, like...
So it is two people, for sure.
Yeah, it is two people.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not just one person like...
we were
like
everybody, about that, yeah.
Yeah, like everybody originally thought. Like it is two.
Okay, good.
But what else is there?
I was really tempted to like start watching Flash this past few days. I was like really tempted to give it a shot.
Yeah.
I'll get to that later when
it's a really solid show.
I hear zero bad things about it, which makes me want to watch it even more.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, the only bad thing I had to say about it was the one episode with Pied Piper. But even that, I mean, it wasn't a bad episode. It was just.
Arrow's had some bad episodes.
Yeah. I mean, this season of Arrow's had some pretty bad episodes.
Yeah, I hear a lot of bad things. People who are big fans have stopped watching it because of this season. I don't know why, but people have.
I don't think it's bad enough to stop watching, but I mean, there have definitely been some bad episodes.
I hear a lot of complaints about how the writers are writing characters wrong or writing certain characters they're putting certain characters in the spotlight when they really shouldn't be. Mm-hmm. So that's making them stop, respecting the show, I guess. I don't know. I haven't watched it, so I can't comment, but that's what I've been seeing.
I don't know. I could see that, yeah. I definitely feel like there are some characters that are getting more attention than they should.
One day I'll watch it, and then I can actually understand what's going on when we talk about it. But until then, it's all over my head.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, that was good. Firestorm was weird because he blew up at the end. He like went nuclear, but he's obviously not dead because he's Firestorm.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So we'll see where that goes from there. Hopefully, Caitlin can get back her husband because that's the whole thing of Firestorm. It's weird because Killer Frost is married to Firestorm. If she becomes Killer Frost,
Polar Frost. It's polar opposites, Frost. Man. They gotta that opposites attract. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure weren't they actually dating in the comics?
I don't remember.
I can't remember.
Firestorm and Killer Frost are the characters that I never cared about. They're like that C tier character, like that list of characters in the Justice League you stop caring about, or like at least Firestorm is.
Like everybody from Justice League Unlimited, basically.
Pretty much, except for like Stargirl, whatever her fucking name was.
Oh, dude, Stargirl's pretty banging though.
Yeah, she.
I wonder how they should introduce her in the TV show.
Or like if they need to put Power Girl up in this, dude. Power Girl would be amazing.
She better be in that Supergirl TV show that they're making.
Oh, dude, yeah, she should. But who would play her though?
I don't know.
Christina Hendricks, maybe.
Pretty
much any girl that has like a big.
As long as you got the twins there.
Yeah, it's like kind of like it's like.
It's unfortunate, but like that's her trademark.
Yeah, you kind of need to have a big chest to play her. I mean, they could like I don't know, make her. I don't know, whatever. But speaking though, no, I'm kind of intruding on your time, but
go ahead.
Talking about superhero stuff, I finally watched Gotham. Not all of it.
I have not caught up on Gotham. So
I watched the first episode of Gotham.
Okay.
Last night, and I'm not sure if you saw on Tumblr.
I did not see.
So mad. I was ranting on Tumblr like this is shit. What is going on? I was mad at every single thing that the show had.
No.
Like, the show wasn't like bad quality from like the way the show was shot or the characters. It was great acting.
Right.
It was just that the storylines didn't match with my Batman
Yes.
like preferences.
I agree.
When they kill Bruce's parents, he's like a little whiny baby.
Yeah.
Right? And in Batman Year One, he's definitely a sad kid, but he looks up and goes, I will find this person and I will stop this. And I'm like, that's the better Bruce Wayne that I know. Yeah. Not this whiny little boy. And then Gordon comes in and he's like, it's going to be okay. And like, they're making it seem like Gordon's from Gotham. What the fuck? No. He came to Gotham when he's older.
I was about to say, he's a transfer,
Yeah, what's going on?
I don't know.
It was like pissing me off.
Yeah.
And then when we mentioned like how they're like just shoehorning in like characters, whatever. And like, when you see Penguin, it's like, this dude's not fat. What the hell? Yeah. And you see Poison Ivy, I'm like, come on, man.
Poison Ivy's like a 5-year-old.
Yeah, it's like Poison Ivy's like spraying plants. I'm like, what's next, man?
Riddler's working for the police.
Yeah, what's next? You're going to see Mr. Freeze as a refrigerator repairman.
I don't know.
You're going to see Killer Croc of lizards and stuff like that. What's next? What are you going to do next? Stop giving me fan service. Make a good story.
Apparently, they did Scarecrow episode not too long ago. It was a 2-part, and apparently, like they did a really good job with him, from what I heard.
See, I was thinking, right? I was like, oh, they're going to start showing all the villains and like making it super fan servicey. So they have Poison Ivy with the plants, watering plants. Oh, it's Poison Ivy. Yeah. They're going to show Scarecrow like huffing spray paint. Like, oh my gosh. Like they're going to give like little fan servicey things. I mean, I want to keep watching because the guy Harvey and Gordon. The actual actors are really good. Yeah. And even though I think Gordon isn't necessarily the Gordon I prefer, I think he's still a good Gordon.
I like that's Gordon.
Yeah, I think he's great. I think the guy who plays Harvey Bullock is really good. Yeah. I'm into it, you know what I mean? And they have the characters that I care about in the GCPD who could be into really good storylines. Yeah. But they introduced the Joker this past, or they're going to introduce the Joker this next week or something like that.
I thought I heard something that, I don't know. Well, apparently there's debate.
They showed the teaser of him in it. Like, they actually show him in it. Yeah. And he's like a teenager. I'm like, come on.
See, I don't know.
Keep it separate.
Yeah. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense for him to be around. Like, I heard they were doing a Red Hood episode, and that I was down for, because I was like, that doesn't have to be the Joker. Like, the Red Hood is his own thing.
It could be the Red Hood.
And that could be, it'd be a cool little teaser for it to be like, oh, this might be the Joker, but it doesn't have to be. That's what's cool about the Red Hood. But I don't know. I didn't really look at the article because I haven't caught up on Gotham, so I didn't read it yet. But apparently there's like debate on whether that person that they teased in that, because I saw the teaser that you were talking about. Yeah. And apparently there's debate on whether that actually was the Joker or not. I mean,
they're saying it's him from everything I read. I think he laughs. I think in the trailer.
He does. Yeah.
That's the fucking Joker. Yeah. Like, stop giving me these. Wait. Hold on. Yeah.
There shouldn't be a Joker.
Make a good story first. Make a good procedural drama. You have characters that can do things. There are other villains in the world that aren't super villains.
Professor Pig. They could have introduced. I thought he was supposed to be there in like episode 2.
Where's Clayface at? You have all these things you can bring in.
Clayface would be
like,
so sick.
More like, weirder but still like gangster, like bad guys. No, they have Falcone or Falcone, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Yeah. Do more stuff with that, Yeah. And like seeing like Catwoman. Well, she's a girl, so Catwoman's there, and like she's like, I saw who killed Bruce Wayne's parents. Yeah. Fuck you. No, Bruce Wayne finds who kills his parents. Yeah. That's what he does.
Shoots that motherfucker.
Like, come on. I was like saying on Tumblr, like, you know what? Cut this show. Cancel it.
Cut it.
I want the show where it follows Zatanna when she's a teenager.
Oh, dude, that'd be sick.
And her dad is training Bruce, and they're hanging out. It's a coming-of-age story. Right. Because Zatanna and Bruce, they have a little fling. Yeah, they do. Then he leaves. That's the show. He comes back. Boom. Batman. Into it.
I got it.
Sorry. So, Walking Dead, I guess.
But, and the Walking Dead.
Whatever you're going to mention next, My tangent, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, Walking Dead was another interesting episode. It was another episode that was a lot different than their previous episodes, which we talked about last week is a good thing for them.
Totally.
But it definitely was like a darker episode. It focused a lot more on like the helpless list. Like basically the whole episode, like they're trying to find like food and water, like the day-to-day stuff that they don't really touch on too often. Yeah, and it's got Maggie and Sasha trying to deal with the fact that Beth and Tyrese just died, and it's Maggie though.
Maggie.
And then you got Daryl trying to deal with Death because him and Beth kind of had like an emotional connection. Like if she would have been alive more, I'm pretty sure they would have banged.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, it's Daryl,
Yeah.
so But yeah, so that was a good episode. Yeah, it was a lot different, but like last week's, it wasn't different like last week's in like the imagery sense and like trying to be like all like existential with it, but it was just like
different tone maybe.
It was a very different tone than like anything
Yeah.
else, especially this season, because this season, before it restarted back up, it was very like action heavy, action packed, like, almost every single episode. And this one was like, it was very calm, like boring. It was very like dialogue and character driven episode until like there was one humongous set piece at the very, very end that lasted like a solid like 2 or 3 minutes. But I mean, after that, it lulled you right back down again.
I saw a picture, because again, I'm not watching Walking Dead, so I don't know. I saw a picture though of Glenn with like a rifle, holding a rifle.
Yeah,
he looked like fucking Rick, like the same shirt, like the same pants.
He's like a mini Rick.
Yeah, what Asian Rick? What's going on?
I don't know.
Go back to being first season Glenn, like baseball shirt, baseball cap backwards. That was like good. That was a cool Glenn driving the Mustang or whatever the car it was.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people like this Glenn. I don't know. Well, I mean, it's just I don't know, but yeah, Glenn's a lot different than when the show first started out. Like, he's like
He's hardened.
See, it's weird because last week, like, he was a lot more cynical about everything, and then this week he was like trying to hold everybody together, like he was trying to comfort Maggie, because Maggie was like,
pregnant yet?
Maggie, nah.
Okay.
No, not yet. But yeah, Maggie was like contemplating suicide and all this stuff because of Beth, and I was like, damn.
But her family's gone, isn't it?
Yeah, Glenn's the only person she's got left.
Yeah, dad's dead, mom's dead, sister's dead, the fat guy that Shane killed is dead. Like, everyone's dead.
They're all dead. She's lost everybody.
Well, so is Glenn's family. His family's dead, too.
I was about to say, well, Glenn's family's been gone for, like, the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, then they're fine. So, come on. Or he's fine.
Yeah. I mean, he's good.
He got past it.
Okay. So, that's it for TV. I watched a few movies this week.
Okay.
One, I believe you actually watched earlier today.
Okay.
And I was so excited for this movie. We both were pretty hyped for it after seeing the trailers. It was a new Matthew Vaughn film.
Yeah.
Kingsman.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
This film was fucking sick.
It's a great movie.
I 100% enjoyed the hell out of this movie. It was so good.
Yeah. Totally agree. What was your favorite part about it?
My favorite part?
Or what stands out about the movie, you know what I mean?
What?
Like, what stands out about the movie to you?
What stands about probably the biggest thing was like the jabs that they took at the spy genre. Especially, it was like, I think the one scene that stands out to me, like when I say that, is this, like, it's in the movie where Eggy has like his very last test.
Yeah.
And they go into the room and he has to talk to his dog. It's like, what's your dog's name? He was like, JB. And Michael Caine's like, what's that stand for? James Bond? James Bourne? He's like, nah, Jack Bauer, bitch.
Bauer. Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, at the same time, while they are poking fun at classic, like, Sci-Fi movies, they are also at the same time paying homage to them, because they have the gadgetry, they have the over-the-top villain, and they have the over-the-top, plot line, and they even say that,
And the metal appendage henchman, which is always a step of the spy genre.
And they're paying homage to it, but at the same time poking fun at it, because they know it's corny. Yeah. And it's, obviously it's a comic book movie. Yeah. And, Mark Millar is obviously known for his over-the-top comic books. I love... Nemesis, you have Kick-Ass. My least favorite of his stuff is Kick-Ass, but whatever. Yeah. But you have like Nemesis and like Superior, these really intense books, Right. And this movie is no different.
Right.
Especially with the amount of headshots that are taken, like literally the shots in the head.
Oh my gosh.
Like it was such a fun movie.
Yeah.
And like I saw it this morning, so I just got back from watching it.
Okay.
So like when I got there into the theater, 'cause I knew what's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
and there's a bunch of young dudes in the theater. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
And a bunch of like old people start walking. And I'm like, yo, this ain't James Bond.
I was going to say, this ain't your type of movie. This ain't Spectre. You got to wait a whole another year.
This is not Sean Connery. This is like a whole different type of movie.
Yeah.
Because the trailer doesn't show what this movie actually is.
It really doesn't that much.
So it's going on, and in the first scene, everyone's getting murdered. I'm like, this is the movie, sort of. Yeah. And when it gets to that church scene,
oh my god, like, the church scene was so good,
so great.
Matthew Vaughn's choreography for every fight scene in this movie was so good, especially the very first. There's a church scene, and then there's the very first scene when they're in the mountains, and that Kingsman shows up to save Mark Hamill.
Lancelot,
yeah. That fight choreography between him and those thugs was so fluid and so good, and you can see every single move that he makes.
Yeah, totally. No, yeah, I agree. I mean, from what I read, I think they shot it and then they sped it up, so it looks like it's fast, whatever. So they're all doing it, which is great because Colin Firth, who is not an action star,
no, he is not,
proved that he could be Liam Neeson. That dude was killer, and rest in peace his character for dying, but whatever.
Rest in peace, Galahad.
But she might be coming back for a sequel as well.
I saw that, actually. I don't know how. Apparently, maybe prequel or...
Maybe, I don't know.
Apparently, they're also going to try to bring in, like, American Kingsman or something.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I was like...
cool, okay.
Yeah, I'm down. I mean, I'm down for it.
Oh, I mean, the movie made, like, $41 million, whatever. The budget was $81 million, but I mean, it made, like, $15 million more than what they expected.
Yeah, I mean, it had to compete with 50 Shades of Grey.
So. I'll get to that later. But, I mean, I follow Mark Millar on Twitter, and he was like, "Thanks, guys, awesome."
Yeah.
But dude, the movie was so fun and like so intense, and like, man, the church scene was so good, and for it being so long, it was still like very fun and obviously very gruesome.
Yes.
And Eggsy was just a great character.
It was a good origin story for like his character.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, oh man, and then like, I really loved the whole training scene between like Eggsy going through the Kingsman school.
Right.
That whole arc of the movie was like,
dude, it was cool. It was so good. And then the entire last like mountain base thing, the fact that they had a mountain base was kick ass. Samuel L. Jackson having his own mountain base, very Bond 007 villainish.
Yeah.
And Eggsy like tearing through that place. And then the heads exploding in like a million different colors, and it looked like that Indian festival. It was crazy.
Yeah, do that. We need to actually do an episode on this, like a full episode on Kingsman, because it deserves it. Because it does. Such a great.
It's such a good movie.
So, well, what else did you check out?
Okay. Next thing I watched was a little Tom Cruise movie. You might have heard of it.
Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, did you like it? Did you like it?
I loved it a lot.
I still haven't seen it yet.
You haven't?
No.
I liked it a lot. I think I've talked to you about it before. Because not the movie, but I read the comic.
We read the manga, yeah.
Yeah, I read the manga, and
because I was there when you bought it.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I handed it to you.
Well, yeah, but I'm the one who put down the money for it. So.
Oh yeah. But I'm saying
but yeah, you were there. But it was really good, and to see like the parallels between the original story and this kind of adaptation on it was really, really cool. To see the way that they made the aliens was a lot different. Like they were a lot more technical than I thought they would be. It was a lot of like, it reminded me of like, remember in Transformers 2 where there's that weird mini. You haven't seen Transformers 2?
I've only seen Transformers Dark of the Moon.
Oh, well, that's a shitty one.
That's the only one I've seen.
That's the worst one because Ironhide dies.
Who's Ironhide? The
British sounding one.
I was never a Transformers kid, man. I was a superhero fan and like Beyblade and like
Beyblade
anime. I was never a fan of like Transformers. Like that was before my time. I didn't care enough.
Okay. But basically it's like a weird like thin wiry creature. That's like what these aliens are. I don't know. It was really, really cool to see them. To see them actually depicted. Tom Cruise was awesome in it because it's Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Emily Blunt was smoking hot and a badass at the same time.
She is so fantastic at everything she does, man. And she was so good in Looper.
She was in Looper too?
She was in Looper, yeah.
I still have not seen
great in Looper. Looper
I need to see
so
Looper.
good.
I need to see Looper though.
Looper is great, man.
Yeah, but Edge of Tomorrow is really, really good. And to see like the little homages they did with the manga, like in the manga, they Emily Blunt's character, she's basically like a super badass.
Yeah.
And everybody calls her, and now they call her the Full Metal Bitch. So it's like to see that that they still kept that like that little homage. Like nobody actually vocally calls her that, but on one of her like ads for the war and like why people need to fight and stuff, it says like Full Metal Bitch on it. So to see that like little homage to the manga was really, really cool to see.
I really want to see it. I mean, I was gonna buy it, but every time I see it, it's still like $20-something. I'm like, I can wait. But I mean, it looks fun. You know, everyone says it's great. So
yeah, it's a really, really good movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was really good.
I'm gonna check it out, man.
Yeah. All right, and the last thing, I watched 2 films in a series, a trilogy, some might call it. I watched Mad Max 1 and 2. Mad Max and the Road
Warrior, yeah.
Yep. I liked them a lot.
Have you seen them before or no?
I'd never seen them before.
Okay, yeah.
I tried to watch Mad Max once, but it was like when I was in high school, and I wasn't as big of a film buff in high school.
Gotcha.
But I'd heard of it, and I was like, Mad Max sounds cool. And then I tried to watch it, and it was the same thing that happened when I first tried to watch Blade Runner.
Like,
I fell asleep part of the way through. It was like one of those things that was on Netflix, so I would watch it like on my side. So it was like halfway through, I would end up falling asleep. And now I'm really mad I did, because it was a really decent movie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot. Was it one of like Mel Gibson's first movies?
Yeah.
And he was actually really, really good in it.
He's great. People forget he's a great actor. Like people forget he's great.
People just focus on the anti-Semitism stuff. And they don't really focus on the fact
he's a fantastic actor.
Yeah, he's a really good actor.
Yeah, I think he has an Academy Award. So I mean,
I'm pretty sure he has more than one.
He's in a fantastic. I mean, and like it's too weird because Mad Max and Road Warrior are 2 very different movies.
They are, yeah.
Like two very different movies. You know? Mad Max is an insanely like indie, low budge movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where it's more about it's like a really kind of weird like Western almost. You know.
Yeah.
And then like Road Warrior is like, it takes it up to that campy level, which we're gonna see in Fury Road.
Yeah, that was the one thing that I saw, because I haven't seen Beyond Thunderdome yet, so I don't know.
That movie's great.
Is it?
It's my least favorite of the 3, but it's still a great movie. It's super campy.
Yeah, I feel like everybody's it's always their least favorite.
Oh yeah.
But I've heard that it's still pretty decent, so I'm probably gonna try to watch that this week. But that was really, really good. But when I saw Road Warrior, I was like, especially in the end scene where they do that big car chase with the tanker, I thought that was very reminiscent of the trailer from Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah.
Like that long stretch of highway and like this like vehicular battle type of thing. It looked very, very cool. And they did a little bit of the high wire like stuff in Road Warrior 2, like when the original, I don't know what he is, like it's like the main like crazy dude, like the Mohawk dude,
big dude,
like first got in the thing, and like he tries to escape and he like does a little wire thing down the pole, and I was like, he's like trying to kick that up a notch in like Fury Road, and
completely
see that, it's really, really cool. And the one thing I kept forgetting, I was gonna watch a trailer again to make sure, but so in Road Warrior, the car that Max was using, his Pursuit Special, his Pursuit Special, which is a badass car.
Yeah, it is
sick as hell. But it blows up.
Yeah.
But I thought the car in the Fury Road trailer looked similar to his Pursuit Special.
It probably is.
So I don't know, like, if he just ends up finding a new car, or is this supposed to be a reboot?
It's hard because it takes place like 20-some years after, I believe.
Okay.
I believe it takes place 20 years after. I could be wrong. Could be mixing it up with their movie. I
Okay.
don't remember exactly. But I mean, it's hard to believe that that's the same guy.
Right.
Because like they look completely different. He would be insanely old. Because he's already old in Beyond Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Like in Thunderdome, Mad Max already has like long hair. He looks beat up and stuff like that. He looks different.
Yeah.
So to like assume it's the same guy, it's hard to believe. I don't know what they're trying to do with that, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I imagine it's pursuit. Maybe he just didn't lose it. Maybe he's because I mean, in Fury Road, he looks like he's not cool yet. Like he's just Max.
Right.
Because I mean, it takes in the first movie, it takes him the entire movie to become Mad Max.
Yeah.
He's just Max
I think it's Rodakansky.
He's just Max.
Yeah, he's Max.
He's the badass cop.
Officer Max.
Yeah, he's a badass cop guy who has the fastest car in Australia. And he's Australia.
Yeah, but, and he's the top pursuit, top pursuit guy, yeah.
Exactly. And so in Mad Max Fury Road, I'm expecting that it's going to be like, same thing, but at the same time, he's not there yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I got you. So it'll be like if the original Mad Max was Thunder Road, basically. Like, he wasn't a... What I mean by that is, like, if you took, like, the Mad Max character from the first one and, like, stuck him in Road Warrior.
Yeah. So I'm thinking... but in the first Mad Max, I'm thinking, like... Because, I mean, like, he looks like he's still kind of, like, not there yet, where he's, like, he doesn't care anymore.
Right.
Like, he still seems kind of, like, sane.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe his family's dead already. Maybe he's not a family yet. Maybe Charlize Theron becomes his wife. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
We'll
I mean, I'd be happy with her as my wife. So,
she has one arm though, so I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I think I can look past that in the post-apocalypse.
Which one's better though, in your opinion?
Out of the two?
Mm-hmm. Which one do you enjoy more?
I think I honestly enjoyed Mad Max more.
Yeah.
I think I did.
It's a very slow-paced movie.
Yeah. But I think I liked seeing the character progression of Max, like him actually turning into Mad Max and becoming like this badass that you see in Road Warrior.
Yeah.
I think it's, I don't know. I usually have a thing for like origin stories and stuff like that. So
sure.
I think that's why I kind of lean towards that. I mean, Road Warrior is a really, really good movie, but I think overall I just enjoyed Mad Max a lot more. Plus, like his revenge killings is like what I would think Mad Max would be. Like he kills those gangsters in like 10 minutes flat.
Yeah.
Like that's 10 minutes of screen time. That's like that's a badass character right there.
Yeah, but at the same time though, like I was mad because like it wasn't brutal enough to me.
That's true.
Cause I'm so used to like intense scenes.
Yeah.
So like he gets his revenge, was kind of like didn't really pay off to me.
Yeah, I mean, he basically shot one guy and then the other guy got run over.
Yeah, and while he is Mad Max, at the same time, never really gets to be like what I would expect a guy to become Mad Max. Like he never gets to that level of becoming like insane. Like he doesn't get that point, which I kind of want to see him become like. When I walk into place, I'm going to kill everybody.
Yeah,
like I want that to happen. I mean, it's not the character, but I still want to see it.
Yeah, I agree. All right,
cool.
So that's it for me. So what did you watch this week?
I watched, besides Kingsman, I watched the movie called Moon from 2009. Okay. Sam Rockwell, Kevin Spacey, director Duncan Jones, who made Source Code. Science fiction movie.
Another great movie.
Yeah, science fiction movie about a guy who lives on the moon harvesting stuff for Earth. Because Earth is like lost its like resources or whatever.
Right.
So they're harvesting stuff on the moon. He's by himself. It's him and his machine, who's voiced by Kevin Spacey.
Okay.
He's there for a 3-year contract, and it's his last 2 weeks there.
Right.
And then shit goes crazy.
Shit hits the fan?
It's like a super well done science fiction movie.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna tell you because I mean normally I don't care about spoilers, whatever. I'll just tell you because it's a good movie regardless.
Right.
But no, this movie has a great twist in it. If you ever watch it, I want you to be like fresh when you see it because it's so good. And Sam Rockwell is so good. He plays the only guy in the movie. So good.
Wait, so it's just him?
It's Sam Rockwell and the voice of Kevin Spacey.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a great movie. I loved it.
Okay, I can
And then I watched Jupiter Ascending last week.
Oh yeah, how was that?
I told you in the show that I was going to go watch that and maybe review it. I wrote half the review and quit writing because I was like, this hurts my soul.
It hurts. Because I did not get to watch it this week, so...
Yeah, I mean, the movie itself was visually, like, amazing.
Right.
Like, as you normally expect with the Wachowskis, it's, like, very stylized, very anime-inspired, comic book-inspired. Right. Very pretty movie. Mm-hmm. The acting was fine. Channing Tatum was great. Mila Kunis was Mila Kunis, so you don't expect Natalie Portman. Yeah. But you expect decent acting. Sean Bean is in it. He was fine.
Did he die?
No, he didn't die.
Damn, actually, that's like his character type.
I think he did die. Did he die?
He should have. They like typecast him to die. That's like his thing.
I don't remember. He might have died. I think he might have died.
That's your shtick.
But the action sequences were so fun and cool. It was very science fiction space opera-y.
Right.
So a lot of like the space scenes, a lot of the ship fighting scenes, a lot of the actual acrobatic shooting scenes in the cities were really, really cool. Mm-hmm. The spaceship visuals looked like what I would expect Mass Effect the movie to look like.
Okay.
It was so cool. But the story
was bad.
Was shit. Like, it was just bad.
It was awful.
It was very generic, cookie cutter, basic.
Okay.
Like what you expect from a crappy science fiction movie. Not even in the good kind, like just like bad writing wise.
Like something you'd see pop up just on Netflix.
Yeah, which is sad because the Wachowskis, people gave the Matrix sequel shit because the storyline was so over the top. Like, it was so in depth, so many layers to the sequel to the story of the Matrix.
Right.
So I think they made it dumbed down, but they dumbed it down too much. It's just not. It's just like a basic. There's a king, and then there's an heir to the throne, and if that heir comes back, then he loses what he has, so he has to kill the heir. That's the whole story. Now, like, some of the characters have like different different qualities, whatever. Like, Channing Tatum's like a soldier who's like bio mixed with a wolf.
That's pretty badass.
And Sean Bean's a soldier who's like mixed with a bee, like the genes of a bee.
Okay.
But at the same time, since they're both soldiers in a specific type of thing called the Legion, they both have like cybernetic wings. Oh. So they're like a flying wolf man. Like, it's very stylized.
Okay.
And like Jupiter, who is played by Mila Kunis, is like one of the potential queens or whatever, because she's the reincarnation of the full queen of this particular group of like family.
Okay.
And then Eddie Redmayne plays the main bad guy. And I mentioned to you before about how people were saying his performance is really bad in this movie, which is why they were trying to push the movie away, so he would actually, like, because he was going to stand less of a chance of winning an Oscar for Theory of Everything.
Right.
And I completely agree. His performance was an absolute garbage.
Yeah.
So I see why his people are trying to, like, oh, he didn't do that movie? No. No.
No.
That was a long time ago. I understand why, because his performance was absolute crap.
It was garbage.
He plays this bad guy who, like, talks like this, and you don't understand. But shut the fuck up. That's horrible acting, horrible. I know, and he can do great things. Obviously, he's nominated for. He played Stephen Hawking.
Yeah,
he can honestly act very well. In this movie, he was crap.
Garbage.
And then, oh man, I had such high hopes, man. This was gonna be the return to form
of the
Wachowskis. This was gonna be the return to the Matrix, the return to like the level of what I would expect from a space opera. Mm-hmm. And no, it was absolutely wasn't. My hopes weren't even that high. I just had hopes.
Mm-hmm.
And they failed on every front. If I had to rate it on a scale out of 5, 2.3, I don't know, 2.5.
Damn.
It wasn't not that great. It was
okay.
A bummer for me. I love the Wachowskis, man. I watch all their movies, and I will continue to watch all their movies because they made The Matrix.
Yeah.
But Jupiter Ascending was, I left that place with a descending feeling.
Yeah.
On the Wachowskis.
Oh my god, you punny son of a bitch.
Next thing I watched was the Tom Cruise movie.
Tom Cruise this week. Here we go.
Tom Cruise entering the danger zone in Top Gun.
Top Gun.
Yeah, I rewatched Top Gun. It's been a while
feel the
since I
need
watched it.
for speed.
Yeah, this movie's great.
This is such a good movie.
This movie, it's amazing. I understand why Tom Cruise became the star he is because of Top Gun. I get it. Risky Business is fantastic, but Top Gun's like, damn.
Top Gun is great. So good.
Yeah, and they played Danger Zone like 17 times
Danger
in the movie.
Zone!
I mean, and also it's a great movie, obviously, and the flight scenes are really cool.
Right.
And Goose and Val Kilmer's great,
Iceman. Is it Iceman?
Iceman, yeah.
Iceman.
And Maverick, it's so great, so cool. But I didn't get, though, because this came out in 1986, I believe. 1986, right. I think. Yeah. Where him and his teacher, I forget her name. Him and the teacher at the school at Top Gun, they're like banging it out.
Yeah.
And it's the most like 80s sex scene. It's like camera pulled back, like cloth laid over, like blue lighting, like Danger Zone playing slowly in the background.
Danger Zone.
That's not true, but still.
Oh my
And like
gosh.
they're like staring at each other in the eyes, like looking at each other. I'm like, what are you doing? That's not how it happens. Just
Yeah.
most like dramatic, overly dramatic sex scene I've seen in a long time. But it was the 80s. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
80s, man.
the Top Gun still great.
Still a good movie. Solid.
But it makes me want to ask you though, Zach.
Okay.
What's Tom Cruise's best movie?
Top Gun.
That's his best movie?
No, actually, no, it's not his best movie.
Oh,
Actually, if I had to say his best movie, oh god, he's had so many movies.
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible,
1 to 4.
Minority Report,
Minority Report.
Edge of Tomorrow,
Days
which
of
was
Thunder.
a really good movie. Days of Thunder, Risky
Yep.
Business, Vanilla Sky. God, I think Minority Report is one of my favorites of his.
That is my favorite Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah,
Probably. Or
Minority Report was
Magnolia is great too, but no, totally is definitely Minority Report.
yeah. Minority Report is a really, really solid movie.
Yeah, that's
Enjoy watching it.
and it's a science fiction movie, so
Uh-huh.
Speaking of our topic for the show, that
Ooh,
leads
topic
us
for the
to our
show.
next segment of the show, our news segment where Zach and I go ahead and talk about some news in the movie and TV world.
Yes.
Zach, start off for me. What you got?
Okay. First thing I've got.
Something that does not have me excited for the future. Suicide Squad cast its new Rick Flag. It's RoboCop. It's Joel Kinnaman.
Yeah, fuck that, man.
I don't want him. This is the second time a studio has made a casting decision, and I say, what the fuck are you doing? They did this with Melissa McCarthy in Ghostbusters. I said, nah, cut her. Get her out of there. She's not funny. And then they do it with Joel Kinnaman. And I said, this guy was okay in The Killing, which is a TV series, which I've talked about before. He was all right in it. I haven't seen RoboCop. You have, but you said he was not good in it.
That may be because I just have predisposed feelings about RoboCop.
I don't know.
But
Yeah.
other than that, no,
Yeah.
just don't. I've already made it clear in this show before, Zach.
That you do not want Suicide
Cut this
Squad as a
movie. This movie is a waste of money.
I know.
But I mean, seeing this guy as Jack Flag, right? His name
Rick Flag. Yeah.
Rick Flag.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, I don't care about the character. I don't care about his casting.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know anything.
But I
about
feel
the
like visually, if you're talking about an actor who would get me excited, Gyllenhaal and Tom Hardy were definitely more making
in
me
the line
excited.
doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy, it makes me even care less. I don't like. Why would I want to see this now? I don't care.
Yeah. I feel the same way.
I don't want to see Will Smith in it. I don't care. Margot Robbie. I don't care. I've seen the trailer of Focus like 17 times. It looks crappy every time I see it.
Nah, man, I'm down for Focus.
That trailer's so bad, Zach.
No. It's
so
Will Smith's
slow.
redemption.
It's so slow.
It's better than
so
Winter's Tale.
boring. That movie looks so boring. But I mean, Margot Robbie's great and Will Smith's great. I watched Ali last week. He killed it in that movie.
Kills it.
But keep going. Continue.
Okay. Well, no, it's your turn. You have to give me now.
Okay. Is there audio low now?
Is it?
Okay.
I don't think so.
It sounds like it's low now.
Oh, that's weird.
Okay. My next piece of news, my first piece of news, excuse me.
Yeah.
50 Shades of Grey makes over $94 million in its 4-day weekend. Its first 4-day weekend.
Stupid.
So I think the budget was like 20 million or something.
Fuck that.
Yo.
Dude. I heard every person I talked to who's seen this movie said it was ass.
Yeah, I'm not doubting that's bad, but that's a lot of money.
That's a lot. That's a lot of return.
$94 million for an erotic
For
piece of crap
for
movie.
basically soft porn.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to see it at some point. I may hear about it. That's bad.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect it to be good. The source material is bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I got you.
yeah, the 94 fucking. That's like American Sniper numbers, man.
I was about to say, how much did American Sniper
I think
make?
it made like 170 its first weekend, maybe. I think.
That's
Or like it was like 90. I mean, its first 3-day weekend, it was like I think 90 something or 400. I don't know. It was a lot of money.
right.
And for this movie to make almost as much money as they made in this first 4-day weekend. Fuck it. What's going on?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I get that people are going out to see it in humorous ways as well. They weren't all serious. No, when I was buying tickets today to go see Kingsman, I saw an older couple in front of me who bought tickets to go see 50 Shades of Grey. I was like, yo, I get it. You want to go see this movie because it's interesting. It's a phenomenon. Go watch Kingsman.
Yeah.
Have a better time.
Better.
Yeah, go have a better time.
You'll have a better time. I mean, it's not James Bond, but don't worry about it.
It's cooler than James Bond.
It's better than James Bond in some ways.
But I know that, like, I'm confused now because when it comes out, do I buy it on Blu-ray to watch it or do I see it in theaters? Like, I don't want to support it anyway, but I have to do that. Like, what do I do?
I don't know. I just plan on not supporting it. Yeah. So I'll just be in the dark about this movie forever.
I mean, obviously, now their whole point of already greenlighting 2 sequels totally makes sense because now they have like more than enough money to do it.
They were playing the sequels on a pre-order of 45 million.
Yeah.
Now that they have the first 40 weekend being 94 million in return, guaranteed sequels, man. Like, there's no way they're not going to do it.
Yeah, there's no way they're not going to catch it.
People have made money, like, made sequels on way less.
Yeah.
So
people have greenlit sequels on with way less grounds than that. Yeah.
Yeah. So what you got, Zach?
Next thing I've got, a trailer came out recently for something that I was decently excited for. Crimson Peak trailer.
Oh, that's Guillermo del Toro.
Toro's new movie. It's coming out in like October or something like that. It's like his new ghost / haunted house thing. It's got Tom Hiddleston in it.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. I mean, look, the visuals. I mean, it's
man.
It's Del Toro's visuals, so it looks really, really good.
Because I mean, I love Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah,
I think it was such a great movie, such a visually entertaining movie.
Yeah,
I love Pac Rim. I want Pac Rim 2 to come out sooner.
Yeah.
But Tom Hiddleston, I don't care for at all. And when it comes to horror movies, I don't. Whatever.
I'm not gonna say that I've seen horror movies before, but they have to like interest me.
Yeah.
But this one kind of interests me. It kind of reminds me of like a premise of something like the house on
Haunted Hill?
The House on Haunted Hill or something like that.
Yeah.
Like that kind of haunted house-y vibe.
So it's a haunted house movie.
Yeah,
gotcha.
It's definitely like it's a haunted house movie.
Yes, I've stayed clear of this movie. I haven't watched one trailer. I haven't seen one picture. I haven't seen anything. I mean, I've seen a picture of the girl on the stairway. Yeah. That's about it. I haven't seen anything else about it.
Yeah, there hasn't been too many pictures. I mean, the trailer was the first thing where it was like you actually got to see what this movie was going to be like. The ghost in it looked pretty sick.
It looks good though.
Yeah, it looks good. Okay. Like I might actually go see it.
Speaking of horror movies though, I'm not sure if we've seen the trailer for this movie yet. It's coming out soon, I believe. I saw it today. I heard about it a couple weeks ago. Then I saw it in theaters today when I saw Kingsman. So maybe you saw the trailer too for it.
Maybe.
Unfriended.
I did see that trailer.
Skype horror movie.
That weird
movie looks like the biggest piece of shit. Why? I was watching it and like I was like, what the hell? Seeing that trailer where like the kid's like hand is going in the blender.
Yeah.
I'm like, take your hand.
I was about to say,
out
take
of
your
the
hand.
blender.
Why are you leaving your hand in the blender? Like that doesn't make any sense. But it's actually funny that you mentioned that because before we went to see Kingsman, because I saw it with a few of my fraternity brothers, we ended up.
I bet they loved it.
They did. Yeah, they loved it. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. It's a good movie. It was a solid movie. But we were talking earlier about how people like go into trailers and they look at trailers and they're like, "I want to see that," or they see a trailer like that looks like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
We were talking about that, and I went over to one of my brothers and I was like, we saw that trailer and I was like, that movie looks like a piece of shit.
Exactly.
I don't want to fucking watch it.
I mean, dude, nothing about that movie looks scary at all. Like,
yeah.
Oh, and also, what was the point of the girls, like, or I bet it's her parents probably, just saying. I bet it's the girl's parents who's probably fucking everybody.
So it's the last house on the left, basically?
Maybe, or maybe it's a ghost. I don't know. I don't care. But the whole point is, like, okay, the trailer has the girl gets drunk, dumb girl.
And she gets raped, I guess?
No, I think she's a video of her, like, passed out, and everyone calls her a slut or whatever.
And then she commits suicide.
She commits suicide in a very intense way, too.
She, like, shoots
shotgun or something?
Yeah, I think she, like, shoots it. And she's, like, on a basketball court or something like that. She's in public, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah, intense. Also, why did the camera have to pan away, show it.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
Yeah, you're a horror movie. Don't
exactly
lose your balls. Like,
so that's the whole reasoning. It's like, oh, who passed the video? Who posted the video? Come on.
who gives a shit?
Come on.
I've had way worse videos of me.
You're gonna become a serial killer because someone called you a slut on the internet?
Yeah.
Welcome to 2015.
I was about to say, welcome to the
Modern
year of
age.
social media.
And you're gonna kill yourself because someone called you a hoe?
Yeah.
Okay, well maybe you deserve to be dead. Because, look, okay, I get it. It's about like the pressures of society and like people making fun of people. I get it completely. But as a horror movie, I have seen. I mean, yeah, there have been worse storylines. Like, but still, at the same time, like a whole movie about Skype, very intuitive, very different.
I mean, it's a different concept. Like,
I give it credit. Yeah.
When I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's gonna be different."
And it looks visually like a lot of moving parts in it. Kind of cool. I get it. It's a +1 for that.
Yeah.
But to have it like the scene in the trailer where like the kid has a gun and he's like, I can't stop the gun. It's like going to his face.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Just put the gun away.
Drop the gun. Like, all you have to do is go like this. Just drop it.
So I guess it's a ghost, I guess. But I don't know, man. That's a movie you watch with your friends.
Yeah.
And like go like and you laugh a lot.
And you laugh a lot. Like, we'll probably see that with Shaquille.
Yeah, we're gonna watch that. We gotta see that movie.
For sure. We'll talk about it.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say about Crimson whatever?
No, that was basically it. The trailer was good, and I'm actually decently excited to see it now. So.
When's it come out again?
Like October. Like,
Okay.
I don't think they have an official date, but it's supposed to be like around Halloween. Like, I think it's like a week or two before then.
Gotcha. Okay. My next piece of news is that it's actually a trailer as well.
Okay.
Which I did a write up on it over on our website at theextendededition.com.
Yes.
On the Henry Cavill spy flick called The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
It looks so good.
Talking about Kingsman, bring back that spy-fi, like 60 spy like, you know, flick stuff.
Yeah.
This is exactly that. I mean, obviously, it's based on a series from the 60s. But this, throwback as hell.
Yeah.
It looks so fun. It looks really fun. And Henry Cavill looks great in it.
He does. And then Armie Hammer, I didn't really know what else he'd been in. Like, he hasn't been in too much stuff, I don't think. I think he mostly does, like...
I don't know what he's been in either, exactly.
Like, I can't even, like, think off the top of my head what he's been in. But, he looked kind of cool in it, too. And, like, definitely the fact that... Yeah, and the fact that it's, like, Civil War, like, Cold War stuff, like, I'm down for that. Like, Cold War stuff is... Oh, you know what he was?
What?
The Lone Ranger.
Yeah, he was the Lone Ranger, yeah. He played, against Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
But it looks fun. The gadgets are cool, and the whole opening part of that trailer where he's in the back of the car and he's like telling the girl like, drive slowly, duck your head. Like that was so fun. And I haven't seen Henry Cavill act before because in Man of Steel he doesn't really act. He has like 3 lines in the movie.
That's true.
So to see him actually act and be like a suave American guy is really cool.
Yeah,
and I've actually maybe this is bad or not. Zach, you can tell me or not. After watching the trailer for Man from U.N.C.L.E.,
okay,
I've become more excited for this movie than for Spectre.
Ooh. Normally I would agree with you on that because this trailer was really, really good.
It looks more fun.
But they haven't, first of all...
Spectre won't be fun. You know it's not going to be fun.
Spectre's going to be good, though.
But good and fun are different.
That's true.
This movie looks like it's going to be fun and intense.
Yeah. But there's two points. 2 points. But I'll agree with you. But there's 2 points. First of all, there's no trailer for Spectre yet.
Those pictures those look bad, though. I don't care about the pictures.
But they released that behind-the-scenes video, though.
Whatever.
That set piece in Austria? That looks good.
Because they have the money.
Yeah, they do. Hell yeah, because Skyfall
was
a good movie. Oh. Maybe if this does well, then maybe he will have the money.
No, I mean, like, the budget for U.N.C.L.E. is infinitely less than a budget for Spectre.
Yeah, for sure.
They have freaking all those fancy cars in Spectre.
Yeah.
And I guarantee... I mean, I'm not down to be a bad movie.
Yeah.
Because Skyfall was great.
Yeah. It's
going to be a great action-packed James Bond movie.
Which I'm excited.
Man from U.N.C.L.E., it's going to be great. Just a great, fun spy movie. Yeah.
I agree.
What you got?
Okay. Next thing on my list is the thing that I just talked about. So the behind the scenes of Spectre.
Going half cocked over here.
Yeah. So Spectre, the production crew, basically released like a behind the scenes thing of all their filming in Austria and stuff like that. And going through it, they had like interviews with the new Bond girl, whose name I can't remember because it's really long, and I think it's like Russian or French or something like that. And then they had Batista, who's suddenly become like a hot piece.
Dude, he's gonna be in Highlander.
Hollywood, yeah, I saw that. I don't know, but yeah. So they released
I didn't watch this.
You didn't watch this? It's not that long. It's like trailer length. Like it's only a minute 30, like 2 minutes.
You want to watch something talking about behind the scenes? Not really watch, but listen to it. Rian Johnson, the director of my favorite movie, one of my favorite movies, Brick, as well as Looper, he interviewed Christopher Nolan to talk.
Wait, a director interviewed another director?
Yeah, for some sort of like event or something. Talking about the third act of Interstellar and how he made it and stuff like that. And it was like it's like a half hour long, and like it was like the most like it was just a great interview.
Right.
And it was like, yo, you're learning so much stuff about like movies and like Christopher Nolan's writing process. Because I learned this. Christopher Nolan doesn't write his stuff really.
He doesn't?
He does write stuff, but the main writer is his brother, Jonah Nolan.
Okay.
Who, by the way, I also learned because I watched an interview with all the I watched the Hollywood Reporter interview where they had all the Oscar writers in a panel together in a room talking about their writing process, whatever.
Oh, okay.
So they had like all the people, and then he was there for Interstellar.
Right.
And he wrote all the movies that Christopher Nolan does, but him and his brother work it out together.
Okay.
But he's the man. He created Person of Interest and stuff like that.
Okay.
So he's a really known writer in the writing world. Did you know Christopher Nolan's half American?
I didn't know he was half American.
Yeah, so they grew up. Here's a little Nolan facts for you. They grew up in England and Chicago, like back and forth.
Okay.
So I was like watching the interview, and his brother sounds 100% American.
Right.
Like, no English accent at all.
Just straight up from America.
Yeah, my brother Chris. I'm like, whoa, what?
Oh.
And Christopher Nolan has such a heavy English accent. I'm like, how are they adopted? Are they like step siblings? No, they're blood related, but just have different accents. Just saying, this little tidbit fact there. I thought
that's cool though.
I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's cool. No, that's cool.
But yeah, okay. But I'll have to watch Interstellar before I check that interview though, because
comes out soon, Blu-ray.
Does it?
Yeah, it comes out soon.
Okay.
Can I go ahead and do my next piece of news?
Yeah, go ahead.
Speaking of spy stuff, the first trailer for Hitman Agent 47 came out.
Saw that.
Which looks a lot better than the prior film.
Uh-huh.
Came out like 2007, I believe, which was a piece of crap.
With Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah, but it also had a really hot Russian chick in it. And she got naked. It was kind of cool. But other than that, this movie looks more like it's actually like... From the trailer, you can't really tell that who's a good guy, who's a bad guy in it, who's the protagonist, because it looks like Agent 47's like a Terminator type of character.
That's what I kind of thought when I first saw
it. They're like saying like he's genetically enhanced, and like he's like chasing Zachary Quinto's character. So I feel like he's gonna be like the bad guy type of character versus like following him.
I mean, I guess that could work.
Either way, it's cool.
Yeah,
but I really want to make sure that it's like split equally between Zachary Quinto and Agent 47, because I don't want to see like he comes in every now and then. Like the movie's called Hitman.
Yeah,
I want to see
Hitman better be in this movie.
Yeah, I want to see him doing some Hitman stuff.
Yeah, I got you.
I mean, it looks fun. It looks like they're doing a really good homage to the game, because like there's a scene in the trailer where like he kills the guy, drags him away, has his clothes on. That's perfect.
I saw that. Yeah, he did a little disguise thing. I saw a little bit of stealth, and then they had that giant helicopter crash.
But though, Zach, the trailer did kind of make me mad a little bit, because the scene when he's in the interrogation room, and the cop's like, "Listen, man, listen, you're locked in here with me."
Oh, he did the Rorschach thing. I heard about that. He says,
"No, you're locked in here with me, and you brought me my gun." And I was like, you just took the line from freaking Watchmen.
Yeah.
Like, come on, you could have made a better creative line.
You couldn't think of anything better than that?
You think people aren't going to remember that from Watchmen? I remember that from Watchmen.
That was like the best line in that whole movie.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it looks exciting. It looks intense. Action movie. I'm excited to see it. So,
Yeah, I'm down to see it too.
What you got?
Next thing on my list, let's see. Bryan Singer has been busy with X-Men Apocalypse. Mm-hmm. He's been busy teasing everybody because apparently, unlike J.J. Abrams and those other directors who like to hide their stuff, Bryan Singer likes to tell people what he's working on. So he's actually released quite a few different concept images. He released one that's like this really weird machine-looking thing with this dude like staring up at it. And I have no idea what it was because I don't know much about Apocalypse. But apparently people have been talking, and apparently it's like the machine that makes Apocalypse. Because apparently he didn't start off as Apocalypse, which I don't understand.
Yeah,
so,
I don't know much.
But it's
about
it's like a huge machine. Like it looks like a giant ship or something like that. Like it's a cool concept art. And then they had earlier in the week, he showed the door for Cerebro. So they're bringing that back.
You got to.
Yeah, you got to. I mean, because I don't think they've introduced it in the younger generation yet.
No, yeah, they have.
They did. They introduced Cerebro in
Days of Future Past.
They did?
Yeah, because he has to find. Remember when in Days of Future Past when James McAvoy, he has to find Mystique in the airport.
Oh shit. He did.
Because I can't remember that.
In first class, I'm pretty sure Magneto helps him build it. Like it's all like it's like torn down. They're building it. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the movie comes out pretty soon.
Comes out next year, right?
I believe so. That's the one superhero movie I'm actually excited for. I think looks. I mean, Future Past was so good.
It's so good.
It's my favorite comic movie of the past few years. You know, I like mentioned when we reviewed it all those months ago. That was probably it's my favorite comic movie of all time. It just was so comic booky, so much fun. Plus, Kitty Pryde's in it. So it's great. Yeah, I loved it. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for it too.
My next piece, my last piece of news actually is it's the trailer for a movie called Champs.
Okay.
It's documentary about boxing.
Okay.
The ups and downs of the sport, like the business side, and like showing kind of how like the sport isn't as like what people think it is. You know, there's a lot of like dirty crap behind the business side of it.
Right.
And it has like Denzel Washington in it, Ron Howard, 50 Cent, Mike Tyson. All those guys are in the documentary. I'm not sure when it comes out. I forgot when it comes out, but it looks really interesting. Looks really fun and exciteful. In the past few weeks, I've been really into boxing because I've been watching so much boxing stuff. Like I mentioned, I watched Ali. I watched for all the Rocky movies. I'm ready for Southpaw, and I'm ready for Bleed for this.
Southpaw looks so. Jake Gyllenhaal looks like a beast.
So I'm like really into it. I'm like checking ESPN every day, like looking at the boxing stuff.
Oh, nice.
I know nothing about boxing, dude, but I'm into it.
I know nothing about boxing. I know nothing about boxing or MMA, any of those like fighting sports.
But see, I'm Filipino, so I kind of have to know about Pacquiao.
Yeah, I'm about to say you got to know Pacquiao.
Which they're getting closer. I read online ESPN. They're getting closer to making a deal. Good for them.
Oh wow, okay.
But Champs looks cool. It looks really interesting, and Ron Howard is in it, and Ron Howard's amazing. So anything he's even in, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm excited.
Awesome.
Got anything else?
Yeah, I got one last piece of news.
Cool.
So Deadpool movie, it's got some stuff coming out. They added their main female lead, Gina Carano. Haywire. Yeah, Haywire, and also she was that backstabbing person in the Fast and Furious 6.
Oh yeah,
the one that was originally like working with Hobbs. Right? Yeah, the cop. Yeah. And then, wait, which cop are you talking about?
I forgot who I'm talking about.
It's the one that works with Hobbs, and then at the end, she ends up working for the villain or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they kick her out. They harpoon her out the airplane. That was pretty good.
Uncharted 3 style, yeah.
Yes, very Uncharted 3.
Yeah, she can do action like crazy, so that's cool.
Yeah, Haywire and all that stuff. Fast and Furious. She's like a former MMA star, so yeah. I mean, she can definitely do action. So
yeah, for sure, that's cool. But that leads us into our next segment of the show.
Yes.
What's out this week in theaters? Hot Tub Time Machine 2.
Actually might want to go see that movie because that first Hot Tub Time Machine was actually legit really, really funny.
I love Rob Corddry, who's the bald guy.
Yeah.
But I have not seen that movie.
He was like one of the best parts about that movie.
I am.
Oh my god, he's Great White Buffalo.
I saw the trailer for 2 today for Kingsman.
Right.
I don't care for it. I don't watch comedies anymore. They're so boring to me.
Yeah.
Now I watch like the indie comedies because they're really good, but that. Oh no.
I got you.
Hot Tub Time Machine 2, The Duff. No clue that is. McFarlane USA is that Kevin Costner movie about Mexicans who run really fast.
No.
All the Wilderness, which is a coming of age indie flick, super art housey indie flick, based in Seattle. I wrote a write-up for it for our website. That's how I know.
Okay.
Digging Up the Marrow, Treehouse, and Glory. I can't read my writing. Oops.
Oh no.
Out on Blu-ray and DVD today. Predestination, The Interview, Dumb and Dumber 2, Theory of Everything, Jezebel, Birdman, Princess Kaguya, Saint Vincent, Life Itself, which is a documentary about Roger Ebert.
Okay.
The World Made Straight, and my favorite besides Birdman, finally out on Blu-ray, Eric Bana, Munich. The Israeli spy movie based on.
I don't think I've seen. I never think I've heard that.
Dude. Okay. Hold on.
Okay.
It's a true story.
Okay.
About how a bunch of Israelis, I think it's the 70s, I believe, how they sent the Israeli Mossad, like their CIA, to go capture and kill all these people, and they fucking did. It was such a cool movie. I mean, it's real life too, so
right,
whatever.
That's pretty cool.
But that's
yeah, man, the Mossad's badass.
That's what is out this week. That leads us to our final discussion of the show, our topic of the week. Zach, what's our topic?
Our topic of the week is something that is near and dear to both of our hearts. We talked about this before. We know them. We love them. Best sci-fi movies in general. What do you like? What do you dislike? That's our topic. Let's get into it. Down and dirty. Let's do it.
So I mentioned to you last night, Zach, that I figured we should probably say our personal favorite sci-fi movie before we continue, so we can just like kind of get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Want to go first? Should I go first?
How many are we gonna do? Personal favorite.
I have one personal favorite.
You have one?
Yeah, I mean I have a bunch of favorites, but I like my one quintessential science fiction movie. I have one.
Okay,
I can pick one.
Okay, you go first.
Okay, I'll go first.
I'll pick my one while you're going.
Okay, so when I think of science fiction movies and like sci-fi in general, I mean, there's obviously a billion things that come to mind, but the one movie that really sticks with me about being a great science fiction flick has always been, and I have two just in case one doesn't count, Ghost in the Shell.
No, that totally counts.
Okay, so it's an anime movie, but it's based on a manga. It came out in the 90s, I believe. Mm-hmm. But it's a fantastic, it's so well written and so intense and so almost like dystopian, but not really.
Yeah.
Because the show depicts it's a cop show.
Right.
Almost Blade Runner-y. You can tell Blade Runner is a big influence on that series. Mm-hmm. But it came out in a time of Japanese manga where it was all like cyberpunk, like dystopian futures that were still nice they were nice worlds.
Right.
But the shows showed what the technology could do that always gives me the creeps.
Right.
Everyone's a cyborg, mm-hmm. and everyone's on the computer in their head, and
people can be hacked, and
yeah, you can be hacked. Your memories are there. There's a ghost in your system.
Yeah.
What's the ghost? The ghost in the shell is what the movie's about.
Ghost in the shell.
And the movie's just so well paced, and it shows Motoko, who's the main character. Mm-hmm. And she's a full cyborg. And in some arcs, she's never had a human body, or she was born and she died and had a human, whatever. She's a cyborg, and she's following this murderer kind of hacker named the Firestarter or whatever. And it's oh man, that's science fiction.
Yeah,
that's so well written, so intense, so well created, and just that universe is so well landscaped, and it's fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite. My favorite science fiction movie is Ghost in the Shell.
Okay, dude. Yeah, I didn't actually think about I actually thought about watching one anime because I was because when I had to really think about it, I was there's a lot of science fiction movies, and it's
yeah, there are.
Wrap them around your head. I was let me just see like lists of like people's like personal favorites. And so there was one that had an animated movie on it called Metropolis.
Great movie.
That I wanted to see, but I didn't get a chance to watch it.
Great movie.
But yeah, so I completely forgot about doing like anime movies like Ghost in the Shell and stuff like that. But
well, see, for me, Gits has always been like, it's always been at the forefront of like my favorite, like, not only anime but movies in general.
right,
Just like the actual animation was so great. It is so great. And I bought the 20th anniversary Blu-ray. It came out a few
Yes, I
months
did.
ago.
I did too.
It's so amazing, and like it just with the news of the movie coming out, it's like to be a fan of this series right now is really good because they have the OVA series coming out right now.
The Arise series, right?
The Ghost in the Shell Arise comes out,
right.
and then they have the movie with Scarlett Johansson being in production, and it's like yes, this is finally getting more recognition, a resurgence, and it deserves it for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
What about you, Zach? What is your quintessential science fiction movie?
When I think quintessential science fiction movie, I think it's a movie that I can always go back to and I can enjoy watching no matter what. And for me, there is only one clear choice for this type of movie: Starship Troopers.
Okay, yeah, totally.
This movie, when I think of a science fiction movie, this has the stuff that usually comes to my mind: futuristic weapons. There's a war. We're planet hopping. There's aliens. The aliens look kind of different because they're bugs.
Yeah.
But they're like badass and they'll like tear you apart if you're not careful. And we can't kill them all because there's too many of them and they're badass and they have armor and shit because I don't know why, but they're bugs. But
That's why.
dude, this movie is.
There's sex.
It's sex. There's a
Satire.
redhead. There's a sexy redhead. They all get matching tattoos. It's crazy.
Yeah, that Troopers is great because it's based on a novel that's so obviously a satire of
Science fiction, yeah.
science fiction and like war culture.
Yeah,
And it's like it's such a fun movie that I think people forget about it a lot.
Yeah.
I haven't seen 2 though.
I've
I've only seen 1.
I don't think I've seen 2.
I've only seen 1.
There's like 3.
Yeah, I think there's 3. I think or 4.
But
Maybe 3.
because I know the third one's like on net. I think the first and the third are like on Netflix. But
Yeah.
yeah, the first one is so good. Plus, it's got Neil Patrick Harris in it,
Yeah.
which I watched it. I remember watching it like a few months ago, and I was like, oh shit, that's like Neil Patrick Harris. Like I never noticed that it was him before.
I never would expect though that to be when you think about science fiction, think about that movie particularly. I get it. It doesn't really pop in my mind.
I don't know. It's just always been a movie that I really really enjoy. So
Sure,
I mean,
yeah, totally.
yeah. I mean, and definitely it's
It's a great movie.
yeah. I don't know why, but I think usually with me, like when I think of like genre-ish movies or like my favorite movie in a genre, it's usually a movie that like kind of pokes fun at whatever genre that it's in.
Okay.
I think that's why I might have enjoyed Kingsman so much because it like pokes fun at the spy genre. Starship Troopers kind of pokes fun at, like you said, the war and the science fiction genre at the same time. So I mean, it's kind of like along that vein of thinking, but yeah, it's a really really solid movie. Definitely one of my personal favorites.
Give me another movie
That I personally enjoy?
Yeah, let's give me another movie. Let's talk about it.
Okay. Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah, definitely a science fiction movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about Jurassic Park
Yeah.
a billion times. It's
Well, I mean, I can't help it. It's like
totally. I think we can't. We've already said everything we should say about the movie. It's so great,
Yeah.
It's just a really solid movie.
I'll throw one out for you though.
Okay, throw one
All
out.
right. We mentioned before actually, Fifth Element.
Oh, yeah, The Fifth Element.
Great science fiction movie.
Gary Oldman, Bruce Willis.
And
Mila
Mila
Jovovich?
Jovovich.
Oh,
yeah.
shit. Well, yeah, that's right. That was
Remember, because you
Chris
told
Tucker?
me that. You told me that.
I told you that?
Yeah.
Look at me now. I'm forgetting. We got Chris Tucker, too.
Chris
Don't
Tucker,
forget
yeah.
his annoying voice.
Fifth Element. Yeah, great movie.
Really,
so
really
stylish, man.
Gary Oldman plays a really, really good villain in that movie.
Yeah.
He's like Zorg, or what is it, Zorg or Zorb or whatever?
I forget.
I can't remember. It's something with a Z, but he was a really, really good villain with that little like weird half comb over shit. Like it was very stylish. It kind of reminded me of like a Bond villain in a way.
Oh yeah, totally eccentric and stuff.
Yeah,
But
he like owns his own company and all that stuff. And
you mentioned before, like earlier in the show, Edge of Tomorrow.
yeah, Edge of Tomorrow is really, really good. Source Code.
Yeah.
That's a really, really good Jake Gyllenhaal movie.
Source Code's it's a great movie, right?
Right.
But when I was watching it, I was kind of like, do I really like this movie? I kind of felt kind of lukewarm on it while I was watching it. Then when I left, I was like, okay, kind of cool. But it didn't answer. I had too many questions at the end of the movie because like it mentions all those different dimensions, alternate realities.
Right.
So does the guy that J.K. Gyllenhaal's character invades? Does he just die? Or in one, I remember I read an interview with the director that in one universe that guy's life is fine,
Okay.
but in a different universe, his body is Jake Gyllenhaal. You know what I mean?
What?
Yeah. So like, the universe Jake Gyllenhaal's in that he saved, that became a different reality.
Okay.
Whereas in a different reality as well, that guy never had his body snatched.
Oh.
So like it's split into two different. That's the problem with me. I needed more answers. I need more concrete answers.
Dude, God, I never looked into it that far, but
See, I did. I needed to know. I needed to know.
God, that makes that movie way more confusing than it already was.
The ending is very confusing.
Yeah, it is. But it's still such a really good movie. And it's a solid performance from Gyllenhaal.
What you got? Anything else? I have a huge list.
I've got a pretty huge list.
Give me a movie.
Well, let's see. We got Blade Runner.
Of course.
Quintessential science fiction movie.
Blade Runner for me was like, it's obviously so amazing.
Yeah.
That I didn't want to put it as my favorite for a reason. It's like, duh, it's Blade Runner.
Yeah, obviously. Blade Runner's going to be like in top 5. Like,
in general.
Such a solid movie.
I mean, yeah, visually, Ridley Scott's directing, Harrison Ford as Deckard.
Right.
The way the world looks, again, very Ghost in the Shell.
Yes, very dystopian.
Very Fifth Element.
It's very... The way that they view the future in Blade Runner is very much how I end up seeing the world. It's very like New York Timesy, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
Like New York City, like ads
Gotham,
plastered everywhere, stuff like that. Like it's very like it's dark and it's like a mix of like the darkness of New York City and like the ad centric and stuff like that.
Yeah.
With like the grittiness and like the smogginess of like California, because it's a very like smoggy, like dark world, and there's so many layers because they have floating cars, obviously, because it's science fiction movies, so they have floating cars. But that's like the one thing that I always liked about like floating cars and like hoverboards and stuff like that is that it adds different dimensions to see that you wouldn't normally see. Like it actually gives you a reason to have an aerial view of something like that, and the different layers, like it just gets like grosser and grosser and grosser, like the further you go down. And when you finally get to the point where it's like street level with Harrison Ford, and he's going to like these abandoned buildings, and nobody's been in them for decades.
Yeah,
it just
I mean, Blade Runner is obviously amazing. It's just saying it, it's an amazing film. I don't understand though in science fiction movies that do this. Blade Runner is a big thing that does this.
Okay.
Holographic ads that are so big. Like, why do you have 3D holographic ads that are like? That's the size of buildings. Like, I don't need that. I'm pretty sure that Minority Report does it too, I believe.
Oh, yeah, for sure Minority Report would do that.
I'm pretty sure I think it does it as well. Which movie? I saw a movie recently, a science fiction movie, that had, like, a 3D, like, hologram, like, a full-size woman, like, dancing or something. And I was like, that might be Minority Report, I believe. I don't know, remember what
it might be.
Yeah, I think it's Minority Report, but it's like that's such a staple.
That's another good science fiction.
Oh, yeah, totally. Minority
Report is so good.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's see, for me, it's science fiction, right? I love it because it's like not Minority Report is a good example because it's so far in the future that it's like still believable. Minus the fucking like psychic.
Yeah,
that portion of it, people forget about that portion of it.
Right.
There's like 3 sidekicks in it, but like. The whole like future crimes thing is like the cars are very, very like the whole world is insanely different. Obviously, it's a futurized world. Like the cars are automatic and they like drive on walls and they
like vertically go up and it's crazy.
It's like Minority Report and Blade Runner are like in the same like time period almost, right? Like you look at them and like, oh man, I can be the same world, just one's night and one's day.
I can see that, yeah.
One's DC, one's New York. You can like, they're so like similar. You can tell that Minority Report or the guy who wrote Minority Report, or the guy who wrote Blade Runner, I'm not sure what book came out first. They have the same mindset when they're writing these universes, which is very kind of depressing. Like, the sci-fi world that I care about the most are like the sad,
Yeah, the sad,
sad
depressing
worlds, you know.
Yeah, I got you there. Yeah, definitely some of the better sci-fi movies are the ones where they're like very desolate and like no hope and very dark. Yeah.
But speaking of that, Children of Men, perfect example. It's
Clive Owen.
sci-fi movie,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but it's like not really a sci-fi movie
Right.
because like it's not about that's the whole point of the movie. There's like no laser guns.
Yeah.
It still takes place in like a future like 5 years from now,
Mm-hmm.
10 years from now.
Right.
We haven't advanced. We just stop having children.
Yeah.
But the science fiction movie is so well done, well written. Clive Owen's amazing. You know, Cuarón, the director, is like top of his game.
Yeah.
And then he goes and makes a movie, science fiction movie, that I don't care for, which is Gravity.
Oh, Gravity. Wait, I thought you said you liked Gravity.
I said Gravity was great visually, but the writing was cookie cutter.
Okay, yeah, so we agreed on that, yeah.
Yeah, the writing was
Yeah.
mediocre in Gravity.
Yeah.
What about Ghostbusters?
Ghostbusters.
You know,
The first one?
any of them, yeah,
Both of
great
them?
great science fiction movies.
Yeah, those are really, really good. I think the thing that I like about the Ghostbusters is that it does something that a lot of science fiction movies don't do, is that it adds that comedy aspect.
Yeah.
With Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd and all them. It adds, because when you think about it, the world of Ghostbusters is not a happy world at all. It's very sad.
Those ghosts.
Yeah, there's ghosts everywhere.
Ghosts.
But I mean, the fact that it's like people have to constantly deal with like the dead coming back to life, and like they didn't show this in the movie, but I'm sure somebody ran into like somebody who was like their parent or their ancestor or something like that, and that like caused them to go into a deep circle of depression or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
some unseen
Ghostbusters, though, that movie, that universe is still set in like a very, very like that's our world.
Oh yeah,
Just ghosts are coming back.
yeah. There's
Like,
just proton packs. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm gonna throw out a movie.
Sure.
Can you tell me whether or not this is science fiction?
Okay.
Because I thought about it, and I thought it could be considered this, but I want your opinion.
Okay.
The Prestige.
Yeah, totally. There's a
That's what
machine that clones stuff.
That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
totally.
Because when you the only reason I had a doubt is because when you first get into the movie, it's very not science fiction.
Sure.
It's
yeah.
very like fantasy.
Yeah, totally.
Like I don't know how to. I guess it would be like a historical fantasy. I guess I don't know how else to describe that. But yeah, definitely like the science fiction with Tesla and like the whole cloning thing. And once again, it's very dark with Hugh Jackman essentially like having to perform this trick by killing his clones, and you don't know which one's the real clone, and you're just very confused by the end. But it doesn't matter because Christian Bale kills them all anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really, really good. That's a really, really good movie.
Completely agree. Yeah, that is totally a science fiction movie.
Yeah.
But speaking of Christopher Nolan, Inception.
Inception.
Science fiction to the max.
So much science.
But doesn't smack you in the face by saying it's science fiction, you know what I mean?
It's it's along the vein of where you were going with Children of Men. It's science fiction, but not for the reasons of like, oh, we're going planet
Spaceships and
we're
stuff,
not
yeah.
spaceships and planet hopping. There's aliens all over the place. They're like, nah, we have a machine that allows us to go into dreams.
Yeah. Which is like
And it's
so science fiction.
That's like very, very much like. Honestly, it sounds kind of like a Wachowski concept. I don't know if I'm like blaspheming with that, but
No,
yeah, but speaking of the Wachowski, you gotta talk Matrix.
Matrix, yeah.
Matrix for sure.
But Inception.
But back on Deception.
Inception, though, real quick, does that like for a science fiction movie that uses no traditional science fiction themes, like there's no laser guns, there's no holograms,
there's no floating cars or magnetic cars.
It's set in a future that's like somewhat close to our reality, if not now.
I'm about to say that could be present day.
But the only thing that's science fiction about it is that the dream sequences, which are it's a dream, yeah. Of course, there's gonna be floating stuff, and worlds and like stuff changing. So it's very science fiction, but at the same time, very not science fiction. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But the Matrix,
very, very science fiction. You can almost not get. No, I don't want to say that because that's not true. But it's very science fiction. I was about to say you can't get more science fiction than in The Matrix, but you definitely can. I
mean, The Matrix, dude, but you're in a computer program.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very different type of science fiction. Because it's very, like, technology and, like, computer. It's a very like I want to say it's more like a modernized science fiction, dealing with like computers and codes and programs and stuff like that, and like double hacking and
robots
and children being grown in fields. The opposite problem of children of men.
There's like dudes with powers,
and
kung fu.
And he twists a spoon, and there's a wise old black woman who tells him what to do.
What spoon?
What spoon?
What spoon? Yeah, Matrix. Yeah, totally. I mean, especially Matrix 2 and 3 are like hella science.
Oh
fiction.
my god, dude! The Matrix 3, such a that fight with Agent Smith. Science fiction as fuck. There's so
also
much
at the same time very Inception-y because it's not reality.
Because it's not real. It's in the
program.
Matrix. Yeah.
But on the flip side of the Matrix, though, taking to something to more grounded reality.
Okay.
And by grounded, I mean it's still science fiction.
Right.
Terminator takes place in 1980s.
Yeah.
Real life, California.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's time travel.
Right.
Time travel and machine.
Yeah.
And like that's again quintessential science fiction to me. Sad life.
Sad lives.
Like there's no way you're going to survive this. You know what I mean? And especially Terminator 2, which is of course action flick, but Terminator like Salvation, where it's like you see like the future, or you see like the future world, John Connor, Christian Bale, all these people, and you have to see more cyborgs, and more like actual like cyborg people, not machine, like cyborg. This person thinks he's alive, but he's actually a robot.
Yeah.
And, like the world and the HKs are flying around. It's like, that's science fiction.
Yeah, that's science fiction.
Even in Terminator 1, when they show the flashback to the future, or the flash forward to the future.
They had those same little jets.
They had the HKs, they had the laser guns, they had the tanks smashing skulls. It's like,
ooh, it's so
science fiction.
Speaking of grounded science fiction movies.
We bought a zoo.
Yes. No. Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah, totally.
That is super grounded. Like the only thing is like there's like weird spores and they're taking over people, and the only way you can know is they make this weird little screech at you, and it's the most blood curdling thing I've ever heard in my entire life. That screech is that's like nightmare inducing.
What's weird to me is segue into a different movie. Whenever I think about that movie, I always think about Mars Attacks.
Mars Attacks.
I don't know why, but I do.
Robert De Niro.
Which is by the way, that movie. Can you name the director of that movie? Mars Attacks. Can you name
I feel like I can.
Take a guess.
I feel like I should be able to.
Take a guess. Mars Attacks. Who directed
Mars Attacks. I feel like it's somebody who recently.
Take a guess, man. Mars Attacks. Who directed it?
Spielberg.
Tim Burton.
God damn it! Of course he did.
Tim Burton.
It's a very Tim Burton. I don't know why I didn't say that.
I mean,
it's a very Tim Burton movie.
I forgot that Tim Burton actually made good movies. You know what I mean? Like I forgot that. Let's see when that movie come out. Mars Attacks.
I think it was like in the
96.
It was late 90s.
96. Yeah, that movie is so fun.
Yeah, it's a really really good movie. Speaking of kind of movies along the veins of Mars Attacks,
sure,
you got Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, Zach.
Which is a musical, which is good.
I never liked that.
You didn't like Little Shop of Horrors?
I never seen the movie. It's the guy from Ghostbusters, so I should probably watch it.
Yes. But it's got the gatekeeper.
Yeah. Am I the gatekeeper? Are you the...
Are you the gatekeeper? I'm the keymaster.
I did see a play of it at a high school.
Yes.
And it sucked.
And I was the stage in that play.
No, not that play. At a different school.
Oh, a different school.
Different school. Sorry.
Oh shoot.
This is after I was out of high school. I went to a high school to watch this play. That sounds creepy, but it wasn't creepy.
You do you, but yeah. I mean, that's a very fun like campy sci-fi movie along the lines of like Mars Attacks or something like that.
Oh, but speaking of campy,
lay it on me.
From New York.
Whoo!
John Carpenter, Kurt Russell. Fantastic science fiction movie. Again, grounded in more of a reality.
Yeah. Less
sciencey stuff than you expect, like a Blade Runner.
Right.
Or like a Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
But still, like, definitely science fiction, man.
Oh, yeah. Science fiction as hell. Alien.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. 100%. I mean,
like one of the... I'm trying to...
It's definitely
wrong in...
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
What were you going to say?
I'll say it's definitely one of the most influential science fiction movies of the past...
Yeah.
Ever. Like, it's for sure one of the most influential ones.
Yeah. Am I wrong in saying that it's one of the first science fiction horror movies?
I
Or is
see. It depends on how you think about it, because like
would it be better to say like science fiction like monster movie?
see. It would be weird because like no older old like pulpy sci-fi from like the 50s 60s stuff is very action hero-esque.
Right.
But there were times like no where like the science fiction flicks were very like horror based. Like I mean, Day That Earth Stood Still. Is
No, that's true.
It's not really a horror. It's a drama film, science fiction, but at the same time, it's kind of like we're all gonna die. This is like this is a kind of a horror flick. But I definitely would say that like because aliens have always been a monster.
Right.
But I think Alien is the first time you really saw how dark and how scary that science fiction can get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because this is one alien hunting down an entire crew,
And it's succeeding.
Yeah, and then Aliens it's a bunch of aliens
Is attacking down big ass space marines.
but dudes, but then they're kind of surviving, kind of.
Yeah.
Speaking of aliens, that guy who plays the main guy in Aliens is Kyle Reese in Terminator.
Is he?
Yeah, he plays Kyle Reese in the first Terminator.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
No
yeah,
way.
totally. Aliens. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, aliens.
What about speaking of aliens? Predator.
Yes. Predators, which was a
hold on.
crappy.
Let's just say Predator and Predator 2, because Predators is a crappy movie.
What about Alien vs Predator? The first one. Alien vs Predator was good.
They had the pyramid, right?
Yeah, I will defend Alien vs Predator till the day I die. I thoroughly enjoy Alien vs Predator.
Alien
not
vs.
the second
Predator.
one, not Requiem. That movie sucked ass. But
Alien
the very
vs.
first
Predator,
one.
I was happy when Predator and Alien were separate. I was happy when they were separate. They were different things.
See, I was too, but I was happier when they were together.
Let's get back on track, though. Predator is such a great science fiction movie, man. Arnold Schwarzenegger, his whole crew, Carl Weathers, Apollo Creed.
Mm-hmm.
This badass reggae alien dude is just killing everybody. They're mowing down. And the first half of the movie, it's not even a science fiction movie.
I was about to say, it's just a war movie for the first
It's an action movie.
Yeah.
And then it becomes, oh shit.
There's somebody trying to kill us.
There's the mud. You're putting the mud on your body so you can hide from the heat sensors.
Come and get me.
And you're making traps like it's Rambo. It's like, that's so good. The final scene, the freaking squid face opens up and the bomb.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Science fiction.
Solid. Science fiction. For sure. Definitely.
Let's go ahead and name a couple more.
Avatar.
Oh, Zach.
I had to.
We had Terminator, which all we needed from James Cameron.
I was about to say, you brought up James Cameron. I had to bring him back.
Any more from him. I don't remember Avatar, man.
But we got it. No.
I don't remember. Is it good
it's
or bad?
not really. But
hold on. Is it bad or is it good or just overhyped?
It's overhyped.
So it could be okay.
It's an okay movie. Okay. It's not a bad movie. It's an okay movie. It's not great. Like, Terminator 2 is way better than Avatar.
100%.
Because T-1000, like, need I say more?
Speaking of Avatar, though.
Okay.
Planet of the Apes.
I thought you were going to say that.
Planet of the Apes, so good. Now, of course...
Now, are we talking about old Planet of the Apes or new Planet of the Apes? Because they're both really good.
In general. Now,
not the specifically... not all of them in general.
No, all of them in general, they're all science fiction.
Well, yes, they're all science fiction.
But the thing is, though, when I think of Planet of the Apes, my mind goes directly to the new ones now.
Yeah, they do.
I don't go to the old ones now. Even though they're great movies, I go right to the new ones.
I actually haven't seen the old ones.
They're great. Yeah, they're great. They're totally good.
I know they're really, really good, and I know they have like collector's editions for them right now.
Oh, I have it. Oh, yeah. I have
it. I'm probably gonna get it eventually, and watch them. But I haven't seen them right now. But yeah, I definitely turned to the new ones before the new ones came out. I definitely turned to Mark Wahlberg, which is why I was gonna say that's a bad movie.
Yeah,
but
it's a horrible movie.
When I was a kid, I didn't know any better.
Oh, I knew better.
But you've been a cinephile way longer than I have.
I have, and my dad told me.
Yeah.
This movie's bad.
See, my dad is not a cinephile, so for him, it was like a popcorn movie.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't a sci-fi movie. It was a popcorn movie for him.
Sure. I gotcha. But how about this one, Zach, though? Haven't mentioned it yet. One of the greatest movies ever made.
I know what you're going to say. I knew it. I knew you were going to say it. I knew it.
And I'm talking about, all of them in general. Even the third one, which is a cowboy movie.
I was about to say.
They're all science fiction movies, dude.
Yeah.
It might possibly be one of the best science fiction movies ever made. Because if it's one of the best movies ever made,
then
It must
obviously it
fulfill
goes
the other
to show
category.
that it must be one of the best science fiction movies ever.
I mean,
made. Unless you
time
judge it on,
travel?
unless you base it on different characteristics in a sci-fi genre than you do as one of the greatest movies ever.
Yeah, true. I actually rewatched Back to the Future 2 a few days ago. I hate it less than I did when I was a kid.
Okay.
By hate it, I mean my least favorite.
Right.
Still my least favorite. Still a great movie.
Yeah.
Still a great movie.
Okay.
What was it? Oh my god, what was I gonna say?
I have a couple more before we can wrap up.
Okay. You name off. Yeah, you name them off.
I'll give you one that I want one from you.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll think of one.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Flash Gordon.
Flash. Ah. Yeah.
So
Flash.
good, so campy.
So campy.
Talking about
That's like 70s, right?
Flash Gordon. There's an 80s movie.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. But it came out as a radio drama, I think in the 30s, 40s, I believe.
Oh, back then?
Yeah, it was a radio drama. I think comic strips too, I believe.
Okay.
And they rebooted it for like a TV show, and then the 80s movie with the Playgirl guy.
Right.
I mean that 80s one though with Queen, the soundtrack from Queen.
Yeah.
Such a fun, campy movie, man. And they're rebooting it, I believe.
Are they really?
I believe they're rebooting it.
They're rebooting Flash?
Hell yeah.
I believe they're rebooting it.
I'm down for that. That's awesome.
That's gonna be great. I mean, if it's as campy as that one was, people might not like it. But I think if people who really like science fiction, who really get it, are gonna go see it. And even now, Flash Gordon again still campy. It's kind of like Barabella. Very science fiction, very, very pulpy, but at the same time very, very fun.
Right.
And his outfit is ridiculous. I mean, he has like a fucking like tights and like a goddamn.
He's got like a lightning bolt on his chest, right?
yeah, he does. Yeah, so good.
District 9.
Yeah, great.
And well, basically anything by Neil Blomkamp at this point.
That's just Elysium.
But yeah, Elysium. Matt Damon,
District 9 is
go back to buying a zoo, but
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, District 9, District 9 was really, really good.
And then Chappie's coming out too.
Oh, dude, Chappie looks so good.
I'm Chappie.
I am Chappie.
I'm pretty sure
apparently like fist bumps people and like they release like new images and he like fist bumps and I was like I'm down to see like a gangster robot.
Am I wrong by saying that the guy? I think the guy who plays Chappie is because Neil Blomkamp has the same guy in his movie, every movie.
Does he?
The main character from District 9 is the bad guy in Elysium.
Yeah, he is.
So I'm pretty sure the guy who plays Chappie is that guy.
Oh, let me see. Hold on.
I'm pretty sure I'm right.
See right here.
I am Chappie.
Yep, it's the same dude.
Yes, I knew it because they're friends. They're friends. So they have
they're friends. Well, that doesn't make them.
They were friends before District 9.
Oh, okay.
They've been friends for a long time, I believe. But District 9, man, I think District 9 brought in like a whole new take of science fiction, man. Because it's like aliens. It's very political.
There's like aliens as people.
They're like a whole species that like were living here. They were not here to destroy us. They just happened to crash land here,
and we treat them like shit.
We were dicks.
They become the new black people.
We call them prawns. You know, it's very very great. It's also very dark. You know, very politically infused science fiction movie, which a lot of science fiction has.
Yeah.
But speaking of a science fiction movie, it's politically infused.
Lay it on me.
But not really, though. More about justice.
Okay.
About what's right.
Wait a second. Wait, can I guess?
Sure.
Dread?
That's a great movie. That's a fucking great movie.
I'm talking about the new Dread.
No,
Carl
that's a great movie.
That's a great movie. That's a really solid movie. I completely forgot about that until you said justice.
Very underrated movie.
Yes. I agree.
Dread's great.
Dread's really good.
Hold on. Dread's amazing, dude.
Dread's really good.
That gun is so good. Again,
dude,
dark
Hot
future.
Shot? Hot Shot?
Oh, dude, yeah.
Hot Shot.
Again, very dark future.
Yes.
Right? Olivia Thirlby, who plays his partner, psychic. Also, very, very attractive.
Oh, yes. Very attractive.
Carl Urban. No emotion on his face. But
he was so good as Dread.
Yeah, but you get everything you need just from his lower half of his lips.
Which is how it should be.
Yeah, he's a fantastic
You don't need to take
actor.
your helmet off.
So good. So
Unlike
intense.
Sylvester Stallone.
Man.
Yeah.
Yo. Oh, the last scene in that movie where he hits that, what's her name? Lena Dudley.
It's Mama, isn't it, or something?
Yeah, but she's Lena.
Oh, the actress?
The actress. She plays in Game of Thrones. She plays what's her name? She plays like the incest queen.
Olivia. No, wait. Lena Headey?
Headey, yeah, Lena Headey. Also, a little side of trivia because you googled it right now.
Yes.
Do you know who she played on TV in the mid 2000s?
Do I know?
Do you know?
In the mid 2000s?
Yeah.
Sarah Connor?
She played Sarah Connor.
Oh,
in the
I got it. Sarah Connor Chronicles.
She played John Connor's
yeah.
mom. Speaking of science fiction, that's science fiction as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that show was great, by the way. Just saying.
It was?
That show was really good.
I have not seen it.
It's really good. But back to what I was saying though, Dread's an amazing film.
Oh yeah, Dread's so good.
It needs a sequel.
Yes. I want that. They should be making one. I don't know why. Did it lose money?
It made no money in box office. Made money back afterwards.
Okay. Well,
I believe.
Release a sequel. Release it. It's so good.
That movie was so fun.
You can straight to Blu-ray it. I don't even care.
Yo, also hold on though, real quick about Dread.
Okay.
Why the fuck was the skate park on the side of the building?
Oh shit, it was.
It was like up high, like the 100th floor, on the side of the building with no railings, with a half pipe. If they fell off the half pipe, they're falling to their death.
I mean, they have a population problem. They're probably just like, dude, if some skaters get killed trying to do some tricks, that's just the way the cookie crumbles.
See, but that world, though, needs to be expanded. I want to see Olivia Thirlby's character. I want to see her as a judge. I want to see Judge Dredd doing more Judge Dredd stuff. Taking out corrupt cops. You know, using the cool bullets and stuff. I want to see him do stuff.
I want to see more bullets.
Yeah, dude. Oh man.
So
I want to see other sidekicks and stuff.
Yeah. I want to see more slow motion. The slow motion was good.
But back to what I was saying.
Oh yeah, what were you talking about before?
Science fiction movie about justice.
Okay, wait.
What is right. About policing Detroit. RoboCop. The original RoboCop. Dude, man becomes machine. Has a battle with himself over, is he human or is he machine? Science fiction. RoboCop is so great, man. RoboCop 2 is good. People hate it. I liked it. RoboCop 3 sucks, but I still like it. Reboot, piece of shit. Never gonna watch it again.
Never gonna watch it again.
Yeah. RoboCop is so great, man. Peter Weller. Oh, man. Dude, his partner in that movie. Because I watched RoboCop when I was definitely too young to watch RoboCop.
Right.
I think I watched RoboCop when I was in like 3rd grade or something. Like,
oh, Jesus.
My dad didn't care. My dad didn't care. And like, that movie has like some of the most brutal death scenes. Like, even
it's like the very first scene, like where he dies, and it's like the most brutal thing ever. Like he gets like torn to pieces by like bullets.
Well, I heard. Okay, this is what I heard. This could be false, but this is what I heard online. Is that in the director's cut of, they showed director's cut version of RoboCop this past year.
Okay.
Or it had like extended, more violent scenes, and apparently he was shot for like 3 more minutes or something.
What?
So he like ragdolled or something.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not, but RoboCop's great. You know what I mean? RoboCop's definitely an amazing movie.
Yeah, RoboCop's good though.
You got any more?
Okay, hold on. I think I got 2 more for you.
Sure.
Okay, going back to what your personal favorite, because I actually forgot about this. It's very science fiction movie genre, whatever, or series, whatever you want to call it. Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Evangelion, yeah.
Very sci-fi, very sci-fi, very robot. And once you said very, very sad world. His father is like, I don't even know how to describe their relationship. He's just an ass. He's just an asshole to him.
Yeah.
He's self-confidence issues. All his friends are dicks.
Well, it's like a robot, but it's not a robot. It's alive.
Yeah.
It's like a science fiction, but at the same time combined with like a weird holy text.
Yeah, it's like biblical references in the science fiction, which is kind of weird. Like brings it back to the Matrix in a little bit in that sense. So, yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
So, you got any more you want to mention before we wrap up the show?
I got one more.
Sure. What you got?
Looper.
Yeah, I was on my list as well. Yeah, Looper.
Yeah. Bruce Willis, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Time travel again.
But you need to watch it, though. You need to hurry up and see it. You need to watch it.
I should have already watched it. I don't know why I haven't yet.
You need to see it, man. That movie is a very good take. A comic book movie. Again, it's a comic book movie.
Is it a comic book movie?
It's a comic book movie, I believe.
I did not know that.
You need to check it out. So, I'll name some more off just to wrap up the show. Just name a couple more. E.T.
Oh, God.
Forbidden
Wall-E.
Planet. Forbidden Planet, this pretty much the start of science fiction film.
Okay.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind, AI, Steven Spielberg, AI. 2001, 12 Monkeys, Total Recall, Rain of Fire.
Oh, shit,
Primer,
I forgot about 12 Monkeys.
Moon, like I mentioned before, Stargate, Independence Day, Pitch Black, Riddick, Solaris, Pacific Rim,
Wall-E.
Mad Max, Road Warrior, Hackers. You mentioned Wall-E, Men in Black.
Oh yeah, Men in Black.
Yeah, Interstellar.
Yeah.
You know, so there are an insane amount.
There's so many sci-fi movies.
Of
We
great
go on
science
for
fiction.
days.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So thanks guys for listening to this week's episode. If you have your favorite science fiction movies, comment in the section below. And Zach, where can they find us at online?
They can find us online at facebook.com/Zach and Jay's Ticket Stubs. They can find us on YouTube at Zach and Jay's Ticket Stubs.
YouTube.com/Ticket Stubs Podcast.
Yes, there you go. See, you did it again. I don't know why you keep doing this to me. And you can also find us, you can find the write-ups Jason was talking about and occasional movie reviews from myself or him at theextendedition.com.
Also, you can follow us on Twitter. Zach, where can they find you on Twitter at?
They can find me on Twitter at Zach Austin Tyler.
You can find me at SuperUltraJ, Jayy. Also,
don't make me say it.
We're up to personally. Zach, where can they find you on Tumblr at?
Don't you son of a... Yeah. Okay, they can find me on Tumblr at Yare.
Yare.
How do you spell that, by the way?
Don't worry about it, because you don't need to follow me on Tumblr.
It's Yare.
Dash the same word. Yare. Dash DAZE. Dash bruh. With the UH. Get that extra emphasis on there.
You can find me on Tumblr at nocountryforoldongs.tumblr.com.
That's such a good name.
Yeah, it is. Thanks, guys, for listening to this week's episode of the show. Catch you back next week where we talk about more movies and TV stuff and all that cool shit. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks, guys. Have a good day.